Thank you to Opal for sponsoring a portion of this video. Alright, so I can't do a what's in my bag without the bag itself. It's been I think 6 years since I last did one of these videos, and the bag is still the same bag I had back then. It's an Incase Icon bag. Tried a lot of other bags, I just can't seem to shake this one. It carries a bunch of stuff. When I travel, my bags get heavy, so I love that it has a chest strap on it. If you have other bag recommendations, let me know. I'm kind of itching to get rid of this. I wish it had a water bottle holder on the side, but it looks almost brand new. It's held up really well. I still love this bag, but let me know if you got something else. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the floor, make it a bit easier. All right, so probably the most important thing in my bag that is always with me is this guy. 15-inch MacBook Air. It's not the most powerful computer in the world. Doesn't have as many ports as a lot of computers out there. It's been an awesome workhorse for me to have for pretty much everything that I need. Pretty much wherever I go, this is coming with me. It also is really light. But when I went to CES this year, I brought something different. I brought this guy. It's actually an M1 Max MacBook Pro. When you're in a situation where you need more horsepower for editing, for kind of everything that goes into what was the craziest CES for me that I've ever been to, this just made things a lot easier, just to have the extra power. I was also on an obscene amount of calls while I was there, meetings at CES, and the webcam in this thing. I don't know what Apple's thinking with their webcams. It makes me laugh every time I look at a current Mac screen and see that notch cut out. That first of all, is not Face ID, ridiculously enough. It is also still a potato camera built in, even if it's the best version of all of their potato cams. I know like a lot of you, I do a lot of Zoom calls, I do a lot of sort of video conferencing, and it still bothers me the way I look with those built-in cameras. I've had a lot of external cameras too, but usually they're big, they're bulky, they need their own stand, they don't sit nicely on top. It was until the folks at Opal came around with Tadpole. And it's called the Tadpole because it's small and portable. It's actually the smallest webcam ever made. This is sort of the first and only webcam built specifically for laptops. There's no software needed. You literally just plug in with USB Type-C. So you are getting a ton of awesome features. I think highlighting that is a Sony sensor. It's a Sony IMX582 sensor. It's a multi-element lens. It actually has the first directional microphone system used on a webcam. And all you gotta know is that the quality is going to look great. You have a ton of settings built in if you want to change lighting, brightness, shadow, saturation, contrast, all that kind of stuff. Super easy to set up too, no software required. Plug into USB Type-C. It's got a clip built in on top so you can cover that potato camera and you are done. That's all it takes. It's gonna be set up, working, and ready to go. And the best part, it's only 129 bucks. You are getting a ton of features in a tiny package for that price. But if you want to make the 129 bucks, I don't know, 15% cheaper, Opal's got your back, and so do I. Use promo code John and save 15% off your Opal Tadpole. It is an incredible webcam. It's an incredible gift. You should keep one of these in your bag. If you want to learn more, pick it up for yourself. Link will be down below. All right, push that guy off to the side. All right, so next thing is the Osmo Pocket 3 by DJI. I've been using this a ton. There are a lot of times when using like a phone is good for shooting videos, but having the gimbal handy has been awesome. We filmed a bunch of videos with this, Tesla video, studio tour, all with the Pocket 3. It's been absolutely awesome. And anywhere I go when I want to shoot myself or shoot something quick, this is an absolute must-have. Also the obligatory, anything you want to check out, all the links will be down below. All right, so the next thing out of my bag, it's not mine, but it's been in my bag for the past couple of days, so I'm borrowing it. It's actually JD's, who's right there, so thank you, JD, for letting me borrow your Fujifilm X100V. This was like the it camera during the pandemic. It was nuts hard to find. There's rumors of another one coming out, so I'll probably wait until that eventually drops before I pick one up. But I've wanted a camera that I could just take pictures of my family with, an actual camera. It's not always tied to my phone. You'll see a theme throughout this video is me being kind of tied to my phone a bit too much and trying to sever a lot of those ties. And this is a really nice way to do it. Here's some sample photos too from it if you want to check it out, but it is an absolutely killer camera, and I'll probably hold on to it until JD asks for it back. Thanks, JD. Welcome. All right, so this next one's, in all fairness, not always in my bag, mostly because I don't have a case for it yet, and it's a giant screen, and I know I'm going to scratch it. But when I get a case, it'll always be in my bag, at least for a while. This is the PlayStation Portal, 199 bucks, of questionable utility. This does absolutely nothing that like your phone and like a backbone controller won't do, but I've just been testing it out. I've kind of enjoyed it. It's exactly what you think it is. It's remote play for your PS5. I really like it. I like the fact it actually feels like a PS5 controller. I think it looks really cool. It is completely unnecessary. Again, your phone or tablet and sort of even just a controller will work, but I really like how this feels, like it's sort of integration with Sony stuff. I think it just looks really dope. I do want to get a case for it though, so PlayStation Portal. All right, so this next one's a little like in-house. I guess if you don't do film stuff, probably not gonna matter. This is like, it's like 10 bucks. This is gonna help with white balance. It looks like nothing, a piece of plastic with a little bit of more plastic over it. If you don't know, sort of white balance is kind of the key to getting all the color to look right in a video. Especially when we were at CES, you got like RGB everywhere. It's hard to get a sense of like what actual white is. So in order to use this, you have to have auto white balance on your camera, and you literally just hold it over the lens, press your auto white balance. It'll take all the guesswork out of it for you, and you'll get your actually like accurate white balance. It's pretty awesome to have, and something that we always keep with us while we're here in the studio or traveling. So this next one is either in my pocket or my bag. It's my wallet, and I'm constantly cycling through wallets to try. This one is King's Loot. So I wanted a wallet that fits in my front pocket, but I also wanted one that could have an AirTag in it. And I also wanted one where I could keep cash. And that kind of made finding the right wallet hard. So this one's stuck around for a lot longer than I expected. It's got a spot for all of those things in it. RFID protection as well. Kind of cool little tab you pull up and you can grab some of your cards real easily right there. It holds a bunch of stuff. It's a bit thicker than I would have liked. They make a version that doesn't have the AirTag, so it's thinner there, but I love that it's got a money clip inside of it. For what it has in it, it's really sort of low profile. Not gonna break the bank either. You'll see the different prices when you click the link down below. All right, so next thing is this little guy, Orbit Keys. It's exactly what you expect. It's just a kind of a compact way to keep a bunch of keys. I got a fob in here, some keys for mailbox, and a few other things that I use. It's just nice to always have in my backpack so I can access things really easily. So I just got back from a trip to Texas. Anywhere I travel, I always have a battery with me. Now, this, in all fairness, this isn't always in my backpack when I'm here at the studio, but when I'm traveling, it is always in there. It is a gigantic battery pack. This one's from Anker. They make different sizes too if you don't want the big one, but it does exactly what you'd expect. Fast charges everything. I've got two USB-C, USB-A. It's got a screen on the front too that'll tell me how much juice it has left. It'll also tell me the speed that it's charging. It'll charge, not wirelessly, but it's got an inductive charging pad you can put on. I love these things. We use these everywhere on our studio. It's powering our audio equipment right now, but I always have a battery pack with me. I think Anker's is one of the ones that I've been using. I really like the screen. It is heavy though, in all fairness. All right, so this is actually two things. AirPods Max in the stupid, ridiculous case. I'm not gonna talk too much about AirPods Max, you know what they are, but this weird dongle I've been keeping with me. It is Lightning to USB Type-C. I am refusing to travel with any lightning cables anymore, so I picked up like a 3-pack from Amazon. It was like $7. It looks weird when I'm on like video calls and stuff with this thing hanging out the side, but it does mean I'm able to toss all of my lightning cables, which I love. Hopefully it won't be necessary when a new version of these comes out, but I still like the AirPod Maxes. I will say they've gotten worse over the years. Battery life has degraded a bit. It's not connecting as fast as it used to. I have to sometimes go in and do it manually. They still work. I don't love them. I should probably switch. Headphones. What noise canceling headphones are you guys using? What do you recommend? Sony and Bose make awesome ones. These have just been in my bag for convenience, but maybe it's time to ditch them and then I won't need the stupid dongle anymore. All right, so I got more in the bag. I'm gonna clear this off to make room. This is a little niche maybe, but if you need it, you'll know and you'll appreciate it. This is a little white noisemaker. I got a ton of sleep issues. This says rechargeable battery. It does charge with micro USB, which I don't love. It's by Ohm, the same company I use for a lot of my white noisemakers at home. It's a portable noisemaker. Nothing crazy. Hotels get loud. I'm a really light sleeper. This has solved the problem for me. All right, next. So I wanna make sure my cables and accessories are organized. There's a lot of different options here. I've got this one from Bellroy. It's exactly what you could expect. It just got a spot for stuff. AirPods Pro 2, of course USB Type-C, a right angle USB Type-C cable, a bunch of other USB-C cables. This one's USB-A, a little bit of a power brick. I've been cycling through which one I'm using. A lot of the ones from Anker I'll use. This one has a USB-A and sometimes I'll need that for some small accessories. This guy's been awesome. It's a 3-in-1 charger. It'll charge absolutely everything. Kind of put it together and it'll do whatever you need it to do or how you want to stand it. Plugs in via USB Type-C. It's been awesome to have in the bag. So I know I mentioned that I wished my backpack had a water bottle holder. The water bottle I've been using is Stad. Just kidding. It's by Owala. Actually, I stole this idea from Courtney. Courtney came in one day with a water bottle, and I liked it for a few reasons. First, you can just take a sip. It's got a straw built in too, if you want to drink that way. I mean, it's a water bottle. It's metal. They sell them at Costco as like a 2-pack, so it was great to have. I have not bought into the Stanley craze. It may have survived a fire, but it's not going to be in my house. These bottles have been absolutely awesome. I know people get very passionate about their water bottles. So if I'm missing something again, let me know, but the ones from Owala have been absolutely awesome. All right, so I mentioned I've been traveling with the MacBook Air a lot. It doesn't have a lot of I/O, so kind of got to carry a little dongle with me. This one's by Aki, but there's a bunch of different options. Exactly what you expect. I get 2 USB-A ports. I picked this one because it's got a full-size SD card slot and also micro SD, which is nice. USB Type-C, HDMI, even has Ethernet in case you need to wire in. It's just been awesome to have, really small, fits in the bag super easy. Just like I mentioned earlier, I've been trying to sort of detether myself from my phone. I typically have been wearing an Apple Watch for a lot of years. I've been trying to get away from that. So I kind of got into collecting watches. And the one I've been wearing on camera, I got a lot of questions on it, is this guy. It's a Breitling Super Ocean. I was able to pick one up used for a really good price. I have some other watches in the collection I don't generally like to wear on camera, but I like the way that this watch just looked. I know watches are super subjective, but I like the rubber on this. I like kind of the rose gold and black look on it. My favorite feature about it though is it does not buzz when somebody messages me. And I just really like it. Slowly getting into the watch game. It's very expensive waters to wade into, but this guy I've absolutely loved. You've probably seen it on my wrist in a bunch of videos. I always have a phone that I'm testing. The current phone that I'm using, spoiler alert, really enjoying, S24 Ultra by Samsung. Full video coming up on this guy, but a lot of stuff you know, flat edges, titanium, killer cameras, great screens. Is a really good phone. It's been in my bag while I'm currently testing it as we gear up for the full review. All right, so the next thing, this was actually a gift from the Fujiko Flow, actually at CES, but it's been in my bag ever since, is a Leatherman. You probably know what Leatherman is. It's a multi-tool, bunch of stuff. It's really been really good to have. Not while traveling, can't get this through airport security, but when I need a Phillips head screwdriver to tie something down or unscrew something, it's been real handy to have, so I've been pretty happy to have this in my bag. So the last thing in my bag has been this guy, iPad mini. Screen is garbage. I've definitely noticed some jelly scrolling. I'm excited for the next version. And I used to carry a gigantic iPad Pro with me and just got to be too much to have. This has been a good enough solution when I want to watch movies on an airplane and I want something bigger than my phone. Again, the screen's not great. It's kind of hard to read small text on it. It's clearly in need of an upgrade. It's got ginormous bezels, but it is still really nice, really convenient. It doesn't weigh that much. It can easily fit in a bag, as you can see, even if it's really crowded. So this is the stuff that is legitimately in my bag, or at least mostly in my bag, and there's a lot of it. That's why I need that chest strap to be able to carry it. If I'm missing something, if there's like a killer accessory, let me know. I wish there was something maybe smaller to carry a bunch of my cords in. So if you've got an option for me, leave it down below in the comments. Also include like an affiliate link so I can get you some money for it. I love all this stuff. This stuff has in a lot of ways made my life easier. As you can tell, I'm not doing the best job fully untethering from the world of tech, but this sort of kept me grounded, let me do my job, and also does not generally weigh a ton. I also kind of love this like more old school style, like a old Techno Buffalo kind of videos, sitting down, just talking to the camera, nothing really set or scripted, just pulling stuff out of a bag. If you like this style, let me know. I certainly am enjoying doing it. But if I'm missing a killer accessory, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for something new. A lot of my stuff here is super old.